And you're just in time for Business Glide, your go-to point on matters, public policy analysis, business, and economics at large. I'm Richard Mwanja. Welcome on board. Great to have you with us. And I'm not alone in studio. I'm with Professor Herman Manyora. Prof, great to see you.
Thank you, Richard.
You're doing well?
Oh, wonderful.
Well, Prof, let's have a conversation about the sustainability of our counties, our devolved units of government. From the optic of Treasury CS John Buddy says we have too many counties. They are straining government finances. They are no longer sustainable for us as a government, all thanks to the balloon in wage bill. Probably we should look at a window of opportunity that which has to do with taming down, reducing the number of our counties, collapsing some, merging others, just so to achieve that sustainability. From where you sit, Prof, from a general perspective, do you welcome this proposal from John Buddy?
See, I would not welcome it because it will be a cheap proposal.
How so?
It will be like, let's reduce from 47 say to 30.
Yeah.
Then you create or 25 or 35. Maybe they will even reduce by 7. That's why it is cheap. It's not born out of big thinking. Because the answer is to be found in Bomas. Kenyans who met in Bomas said we needed regions. Those are economically viable units, modeled along the former 8 provinces. Okay, 7 plus Nairobi region. There used to be 8 provinces, 8 PCs. So you have 8 governors. But then we could accommodate that slightly more. Say Rift Valley could have South Rift, North Rift, Central Rift. Then people said Nyanza could have the Kisii and Migori, and Kisii and maybe Kuria making one. And those kind of. Then Eastern would have Ukambani, Lower Eastern, and then, so that the maximum will be 14. So it was anywhere between 8 and 14. People seem to have been settling on 12 or thereabout. That's the thinking. But this one of reducing, what is Mbadi trying to say? It's just a joke.
So the elephant in the room is we are witnessing a balloon wage bill as a government, and chunk of it, even our loans, are going towards recurrent expenditure when they should be going towards development expenditure. So just for us to tame our balloon in wage bill, which is that quick fix we can tap into as governors of these devolved units of government?
Well, you see, I know counties are overemployed. But I also know government can employ a lot more people than it has today.
Really?
So I don't buy so much into this global idea of Kenyan wage bill being bloated. You get it?
Sure.
While I acknowledge the careless hiring in counties, because within the national government is tamed. It's not easy to employ people, even within parastatals. But counties have been very reckless. So I don't support that. But generally, I don't believe in the idea of a bloated wage bill. Government can employ a lot more than they have employed. It's a question of what do they do? What value do they add?
Is there any?
You must find value in what government workers do. Government employees must not be paid salaries merely because they are employed. They must earn salaries because they work for the salaries. You see the difference?
Their labor.
Yeah, they must work and then get paid and paid well. If you try to figure out what government workers are supposed to do, then you'll come to the realization that we need to employ a lot more than we have. The question then is, where do you get money from?
Probably donor reliance.
So government, no, please, I've told you donor thing. Don't talk about donor.
Because our counties are big on donor dependence,
No,
even
to
facilitate some of the key projects within their devolved units.
They should not. First of all, if you sort out the issue of the unviable counties and reduce them to viable economic blocks, regional governments, these regional governments are able to generate revenue. In much the same way the national government can generate and should generate revenue. The problem with this country is we focus on nothing other than taxes. How did China do it? China embarked on a serious saving program. And now they are lending everybody in the world.
More savings, more investments, and the circle goes on.
Yeah, there are countries, I'm just a little tired, so I cannot remember very well. And I've been going through some hectic time somewhere where I'm something.
Yeah.
So my head is not quite what it should be. I will give you examples other than China of countries, including, is it Norway? One of these Scandinavian countries. I think it's Norway, one of those ones. Norway? No, I think it's Norway. That's when they discovered oil, I think it's Norway, one of those countries in Scandinavia. They shared the revenue with the people exploiting them. And whatever they got, they saved. They have so much money now, they don't even know what to do with the money. So countries can save. Countries can earn money. Has anybody in this country ever asked themselves, is there any way we can earn an extra shilling other than taxes? No. They just think of taxes. And it's deliberate. They have been led that way by Western countries and by the IMF.
Despite natural resource and
within
their accounts.
You have been foolishly led, and that's why I have no respect for you people. You call yourself economists.
Yes,
You're just houseboys.
You can't render us
No,
as such.
you are a houseboys. World Bank houseboys. They have made you think
they worked during
the only way a country like Kenya can raise revenue is through tax, which is not true. In fact, if I am in charge of this country, I can lower taxes until people think the country will collapse. And after some time, I can even stop raising taxes. There's so much money you can get. A lot of money in this country. A lot of money you can raise. Other than taxation. Look at our wildlife. Are you making any good Are we getting anything from our wildlife?
Our conservancies aren't working.
Are we making anything out of it? Are we? If the animals that roam Kenya and other parts of Africa, if they were in Europe today, you will see how much you will pay for them. Really time. It will generate billions of dollars.
Big revenue stream.
Real time streaming of those animals in the wild. You want to collect little money, and Masai wanarukia wazungu and Masai Mara, then they pay 500 shillings entry fee. If these animals were theirs, they will be streaming live, and only billionaires will be watching, and paying billions of dollars every year.
Prof, would you
dollars? I didn't say Kenya shillings.
Dollars.
If these were their animals roaming in the wild, doing all the things that animals do.
Tourism will be run in their countries?
My friend, they will be getting... What are you talking about? They will never raise taxes from anybody. You have been led into thinking the only way you can get money is taxes. Have you exploited your minerals in this country? God has put things the upper chini too. Amwezi toa tax. Na kuna pesa upper chini.
Does that explain why...
Have you exploited your marine life? Go to some countries which do fisheries. Look at the gear, the cost. Just look at the gear, the cost. Look at what's going on. Look at what people are doing. Fishing, the sort of fishing they are doing. Nyinyi mnagaa to tax. Look at tourism. Your tourism is cheap. Sex tourism.
Come on, Prof.
Yes. You don't have tourism here.
Vice tourism?
Oh, just sex tourism. Oh, there are no serious tourists coming to Kenya to do serious business.
So that explains why you are seeing alarming poverty index from countries like Kilifi.
Yeah.
Or even
look at Kilifi, one of the poorest places in the world. When I have a friend there. When I'm at his place at the ocean, let me not say where. Now, something just crosses my mind. And I saw that when I went to Marenya Beach, where Raila normally goes on 24th.
Busia.
Wakena Bruno, Busia, Pudalangi. I saw the same thing. And I said, you can station restaurants at that place in Lake Victoria or those areas around Kilifi. Big ships.
They dock there?
They are just there, they are restaurants, floating restaurants, where only billionaires can come and do their wedding parties. Only a billionaire. A dollar billionaire. Not another stupid Kenyan, American.
There's
a dollar billionaire. Only him can come and do a party on a floating ship in Kilifi, on the beaches of Kilifi. Or that thinking is what we need. And I just hope this country will one day discover its potential.
Would you propose for scrapping some powers that our governors have this far? Because you've talked about our governors in our devolved units of government are now more demigods.
Yes,
they call the shots even more than the president at the national level.
Walking with the chairs. Yeah. But imagine a governor walking with a chair and the kiti imebebwa and akalia looking very ugly.
At some point, they also had ADCs, some of them.
I told you the story of sirens. There are sirens in our counties. Siren. Yeah. And there's no vehicle even in the... You know, we are very stupid people, I'm telling you.
A governor...
Unless we check this stupidity in this country, we will collapse as a country.
Governors have sirens.
You cannot allow stupid people to run a country. Governors. Sirens.
In Lombe.
I was shocked.
Zero traffic.
I was shocked there. In the village.
Hey.
I even saw somewhere here around here, let me not mention because the governor will be annoyed. Around Nairobi here. I said, what is it now? A county neighboring Nairobi County.
Hey.
Siren. Roof lights.
Pave way.
Which way? What are you paving?
The governor is busy.
Which other vehicles are there? There is nothing. That stupidity cannot run a country. So there is so much money in this country that if we stop focusing on taxes, and we've been directed there by IMF and the World Bank, the West does not want us to wake up. They know we have a lot of resources, and they don't want us to exploit. Only them can take.
We are still having issues with ghost workers within our devolved units of government, and times without number, the Auditor General has flagged that up, that, hey, there's need for us to address the ghost workers within our counties. Is this the quick fix for governors to reward their cronies or actually officers within our county governments?
Of course, governors, the middle name of any governor is impunity and wastage.
So they
use money like it is their own money. Even their own money, they can't use the way they use county government money. Unless we put some governors in jail, we'll never go far.
Would never go far?
No, can't.
If, say, Prof, today you are the president, do you think addressing ghost workers is something you can do within your 5 years?
What's ghost work? I even sometimes I laugh. What do people mean by ghost workers? They even spend billions of shillings chasing ghost workers. Yeah. Ghosts chasing after ghosts.
You're on the payroll, but you don't even show up for
they want to come for physical count. Don't we have brains, really, honestly?
Even wealth
what is so difficult about knowing how many people are working in a place, a ministry? What's so difficult? Until an innocent person misses salary for a year because there's head count. Na mama amezaa. Mshahara inasimamishwa, yeye ni ghost. Mtu ameenda kustudy abroad kidogo for ama nini 6 months, akirudi yeye ni ghost.
You can fix
in
that.
Today's digital world, you can't fix out. You can't know who is in the system and who is not in the system. With all this data,
you don't have
this country knows who you are up to your village and everything.
You don't need to go the Simbarati way, parade them in a stadium in
What
Lucy.
for? Look at that now.
The drivers, each driver.
Atikaa na gari yako.
Yeah.
Kwani hujui magari huko na driver uko naye? Unajua vitu kama hizi. Huu pumbavu kama huu ndio utafanya nchi hii collapse.
Populism attempts?
Pardon?
Is that part of populism attempts from our
No,
governors?
it's not populism. Ujinga ni ujinga. You must just identify it for what it is. Hiyo ni ujinga. Because in today's age, wanting to know how many people work in a ministry is something for 5 minutes, 5 minutes.
No need to hire a consultancy
And
firm.
you cannot even lie. How many people are working in government with fake certificates?
You can flag them out?
Oh, but it's just a touch of a button.
Fake PhD.
Because everything, not even PhD, fake everything. You see, NEC, Kenya National Examination Council,
Sure.
has given provided an interface to their system to people who need to verify certificates. Like if somebody comes to the University of Nairobi, they are applying to join parallel degree or module degree. They want to do masters. Then they want to do Bachelor of Arts. They claim they have C+ or B-. The University of Nairobi just logs into NEC. Directly, you don't go to NEC. It directly is the interface. It's provided there. You just log in that number and they tell you this is a fake certificate.
A click away.
So what is so big? What is so difficult about knowing who is working who? You pair things. You create a system that pairs the year of birth and the year you are supposed to have done Form 4. That is the first red flag. We know there are people who do exams when they are old. But how come you did when you are 40 or 38? It is possible. Some of us have done that. But it's the first to sieve, to pair your year of birth with your ID, year of birth, and the year of Form 4 certificate. You create systems like those. Then to counter check with NEC, Kenya National Examination Council. Then to counter check, if you left the University of Nairobi with a bachelor, when did you do Form 4? That is a simple software, simple that can be created by anybody who didn't even go to high school.
No, just a foreign firm. For that
What
case.
foreign firm are you talking about? Huu pumbavu ndio utatumaliza.
Well, there you have it. Ni huu pumbavu utatumaliza kama wa Kenya. This is it for us to fix how we run our devolved units of government so that we stop decrying about the balloon in wage bill. Our count is not working. They indeed need to work for the people today, if not yesterday. Time now for our fan of the week. We go all the way to Mombasa. This amazing girl by the name Violet Raitu.
Violet
Raitu.
Raitu. Thank you, Violet. Thank you for being part of this family.
All right, there you have it. Until you get to do this again on Business Glide, do enjoy the rest of your viewing. Up next on your screen is the Business Glide African Proverb of the Day.